got our dear friend and member of our Hallmark family, Kristoffer Polaha, here to help kick things off, man. It's always great to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah,
So happy to be here.
Kristoffer Polaha.
Polaha.
Because you always make us laugh. How have you been?
I've been good. I mean, you know, all things considered, things that coming out of a pandemic, I guess we're still in it, you know, like it's good.
You've been busy, that's for sure.
I have been busy.
And I got to point this out too to everybody at home. You guys you're being very cool and very calm right now, and it's impressive. It really is, considering the pretty wild exchange that you had on social media back. So take a look at this, and I need you guys to explain what's going on.
So okay, Chris and I are good friends. So I wanted to promote their upcoming Hallmark movies and mysteries.
Gotcha.
Which is very generous.
So then Chris reposted, and then I reposted, and then he reposted, and I reposted. Jill even got in the mix.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And he said, "Why don't he put a little thing in there? Why don't we keep doing this until I'm actually on set and we have a picture to replace it with?"
Okay, very good.
We continued until
that's
you
where I
read
come
anything.
in. I'll take a picture of you guys.
We have to do that a little bit later.
To put a button on it. Otherwise, it will continue forever.
It'll be an indefinite ride. Hallmark mirrors and just forever.
It was fun to watch that.
You're going to be in on this one. You're going to be in on this one.
We'll do one. We'll do one.
Speaking of Jill, our good friend too, as well, you guys really are so close. And on this last Hallmark Movies and Mysteries show that you guys were doing, it was even more of a family affair than usual. Tell us about it.
That's right. We were, because of quarantine and the pandemic, we were able to bring our families up. So David and their little baby Amy came up with Jill, my wife Julianne, and our 3 boys and our dogs came up, and we were all at separate houses, but in our own little houses. Because you have to quarantine for 15 days. So there's a big chunk of change where you're just sitting there waiting to work to make make sure that everyone's healthy and good. And I'll tell you what, it made the job exponentially better. Like going to work and then coming home and there's family and you have your dinner at home and you just have your life and then you get to go back to work the next day. It was fun.
A lot of people don't realize that, like most of the movies on this channel and Hallmark Movies and Mysteries anyway, we're off away from our family.
Right.
So it is quite different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So good for you guys.
Yes.
And that's really what Hallmark is all about. It's all about family and bringing people together.
It is. It's a
That's
good
so
family.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Good for you. I
Love
know you've been
that.
busy, man. I think I have a feeling of what your next movie is going to be on Hallmark, that's for sure. It's going to be based on your new romance novel. This is amazing. I mean, the man just decided that he wanted to write his own romance novel, so I know you and your writing partner did just that.
Why not?
Moments like this.
I've got one for you.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Congratulations.
Not do ladies
and
first,
I really
but-
mean that. Like,
Is it
this is
signed?
no
Thank
you go.
you.
It's
I
signed.
appreciate that.
small feat right here.
First edition.
Thank you, bud.
You guys.
Amazing. So tell us about it.
So, beginning of the quarantine, I was sitting on my hands like everybody else in the world, and I had always. So I have this production company called Podunk Productions. One of the things I do is I go.
Podunk?
Podunk Productions.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah, because I'm from Reno, Nevada. I was like,
love that.
I'm from Podunk nowhere. I came to Hollywood, and this is what I'm going to do. And I want to make some movies.
man.
And the goal was like make them as cheap as you can, make as much money as you can. So that's my mission statement. But one of the things I'm always running up against is they want IP. They want original intellectual property. And I thought to myself, well, what's the best way to come up with IP than just kind of write it myself? Well, as fate would have it, my neighbor knows somebody who is a romance novelist. Her name is Christine Bray. She has 6 books that she's already written and published, and she wants to turn them into films. So we got on a Zoom call last April, and we just started talking. And within the first Zoom call, she invited me to take this journey with her. She has a series. We're going to make 5 books. So Moments Like This is the first 5.
And you dress the same, too.
Look at that. And that's our second.
Wow.
So that's our second. Look at me in my quarantine. I look like a wild man.
Yeah.
So that was our second Zoom. She entered. She said, "Come and write this with me." I said, "You're insane. Talk to your husband. Talk to your agent before you want to like. You don't want to just share a series with some stranger." She's like, "No, I really do." But yeah. So we got back on the phone Monday. We both had the same shirt. It was kismet. We were like,
That's it.
Let's do this
Meant
thing.
to be.
And it
for you,
honestly,
man.
it has been the most amazing collaboration I've ever been artistically, because as an actor, often you're given a script, you're told where to go, where to stand, what to say, and all that stuff. If Warren wants to go rock swimming, like I have a chapter where we go and he runs rocks under the water with Andy, the girl that he falls in love with. I was like, they're gonna go run rocks. And no one's telling us no. Like it's a really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that must be so amazing. Because I imagine as an actor, you probably, when you get a script, you're like, gosh, they should have made this guy do this. They should make me do this.
Well,
Like, they have me playing.
You can do it.
And you should see Jill Wagner and I on Mystery 101. We're like, so I love this is good, but is there a world in which they could just, can we make it a little bit?
And they're always like, no, we can't.
They're like, no, yeah, no.
We can't. They get stick to the script.
But you can if you write
No,
it.
you can. And not only can you write whatever you want, but you can also read it however you want, because I understand you're also doing the audiobook version, which is great. I love that why wouldn't you?
Well,
I mean, you're the actor.
I did it for free, though. Let's just be it's a...
Since you're here and since we have the books, I'd love if you could take us maybe through some of the passages and let everyone at home know what they could expect. And just let us know where to turn, because I'd like to follow along.
Okay, so the first one, and I'm going to tell you, this is the joy of having a co-author is half of the book is Anna's, half of the book is mine. So I'm going to read you two. Okay. One she wrote, one I wrote, but I'll never tell who wrote what. So at home you can guess, you can try.
We'll figure it out, everybody.
Okay.
Right?
But okay, so the first one is on page 92. I paused for a minute to witness the sunrise over Waikiki Beach. As the orange sun spread its rays over the island, the warm breeze wrapped me in its embrace, assuring me everything happened for a reason. With outstretched arms, I bathed in this kaleidoscope of colors that reflected the sky, the sun, the sea. For the first time, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to live my life in color.
It was really nice, man. That was beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I want the audio version.
Sweet.
How about his voice, too?
Okay, the last one is page 284.
Not gonna lie.
Maybe there are things we will never understand. Things that we can't wrap our mortal, logical brains around. Extraordinary moments that feel like miracles. Signs we are loved beyond our wildest imagination.
Amazing.
It's a romance.
Amazing.
Oh my
God. You got me hooked.
It's just so appropriate for so many different
It's
times
beautifully
in your
written,
life.
well read, and I'm really proud of you, man. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It sounds, you know what else was pretty amazing for me? I was sitting at home with my family recently, and I was watching a movie, Wonder Woman 84. Oh my goodness.
I mean, how about how humble he is? He said he had a part.
You exactly. You were on the show, and you kind of teased that you had a little part. You couldn't tell us much. Man, congratulations. This is incredible.